Hello, Coffee Time friends. It's Coffee Time with John and Momma. And we're here today on Sunday, Southern Sunday Luncheon. We are having a very typical Southern Sunday lunch. It's a little later. We had a little organization meeting at church. It's fall time, and we're very active at our church in fall. So they're doing some planning. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you... Nope, I'm not. I'm going to let Mama show you her stuff because she's already on it, and you know how impatient she is. I don't want to fool with that today. Mama, tell them what you're doing, and I'll be getting mine ready.
Well, I'm just getting some green tomatoes and okra ready. I've washed it, and I was just cutting the spots off from it, and I've cut the tops and the tips off of the okra and got it washed and cleaned up.
Mama, you've somehow drifted out of the camera already.
Oh, wow. How did I do this?
I don't
Roll
know.
to one side, I guess. I put my scraps over here. And that's all I'm doing. So I'm just going to slice up my okra and chop up these tomatoes. And one of my green tomatoes is turned kind of pinkish, but I'm going to use it because I like some of the red in there.
We fry red tomatoes, so it's no problem.
No. So this is all I'm going to do, is get this ready to fry.
Now she will show you all how to do...
I'm going to roll it in meal.
She's going to show you all that process.
Put
But
it
this
in meal.
process here will take a few minutes to clean the okra, chop it all up, and do that. But Mama, don't you get over and get carried away and have it done and then say, well, I know, y'all know how to do that.
Why they do? I'm going to let you have them. Right
That's what
now.
Mama's favorite thing to say is, well, there's no sense of showing them that. They know how to do okra. And I said, Mama, not everybody knows about okra.
Well, on my okra, all I'm going to do is take it and just slice it just like this. That's all I'm doing.
Now, you got to clean it.
Oh, I've done washed it, cut the tops off and the
See?
little tip ends.
Mama, you got to tell them all that.
Well, it's done been washed and stuff, and the tomatoes, I've got it ready. I've cut the tops off and the little skinny tip ends, the little black spots on it. And all I'm going to do is just slice it like this and chunk up my tomatoes. And you put it on you now, Johnny, while you're doing yours. And I'll get up here out of the way.
Now, don't you start breading carrying on. I have to watch Mama like a hawk. We'll be going to fix something, and she'll get here and have half of it. Now she says, oh, they know how to do that?
Yeah.
So, Mama, everybody don't know. She's done it her whole life, and she just thinks it's common knowledge because a lot of times she does stuff, and I don't know what she's done, and I've watched her before. But you all do know what I've done, and you all do know we have these gnats running around. So if you see them, they're not anything that we can help. It's fruit flies.
Tell them it's my fault for bringing in cantaloupe again.
Every time she brings in a cantaloupe, we get overrun with these gnats.
Gnats.
And I've got a gnat catcher over here, plus these little strawberry things. I'm going to tell y'all something about these little taro strawberries. They work, but you're just really buying that fancy little contraption because when you get that little squirt bottle, it's apple cider vinegar and a little bit of something to kill them. And so dish liquid does the same thing. So I refilled mine with a little bit more apple cider vinegar and a little bit of Dawn dish liquid. So, but you do you, because some of them said they were the only thing that got rid of theirs. Online, well, apple cider vinegar works really well. But that's one of the negatives to summer for me is bugs. Bugs outside, bugs, mosquitoes, all of those I can't stand. And these fruit flies are making me crazy. So if you see me go into a fit in a minute and you say, what is he doing? I'm swatting at a fruit fly because I just hate them. I hate anything that's in the house like
That's
that.
the reason I want to wash all of my stuff.
We wash everything, but I had them at bay. I had them all killed out.
You done good.
Mama went to the
Yeah.
farmer's market yesterday. Brought in 2 cantaloupe muskmelons. And I blame both of them for bringing on the gnats. Okay, this is sugar, and don't ask me how much, red wine vinegar, and that's it in here. And I'm going to add my mayonnaise. The reason I say don't ask me how much is because It literally depends on how much you want to prepare. You want enough for your coleslaw mix. So this is coleslaw. Y'all have seen me make my regular coleslaw several times. This is going to be a little different. But now, the thing about this is, if you're fixing a big old bowl of coleslaw, you're going to need twice this amount. But this is a tablespoon of red wine vinegar and about a tablespoon of white granulated sugar. And that's what I have here. That's not going to work for you if you have 12 people in your household. You're going to have to use 3 tablespoons of each, or 2 sugars and 3 red wine vinegars or something. So, this really is one of those situations where it really does depend on your need. That's like the other night when we made the chicken. A lot of y'all wanted to know how long we cooked it and on what temperature. We just cooked it in a frying pan on medium high, and we cooked it until it was tint and golden brown. That could have been 20 minutes. Avocado oil. That could have been 20 minutes, could have been 30 minutes on your stove. So don't just take it at face value. And I just got one of the little boogers. Folks, I apologize for these fruit flies. Do y'all have fruit flies? Are y'all just overwhelmed with them? Hello from Arkansas, John and Momma. Hey from Update. We didn't have these yesterday. But Mama...
Surely I didn't bring them in with just 2 cantaloupes.
Mama, you ran a Greyhound for fruit flies. We did not have these till this morning. And they came when the cantaloupe came.
Well, I have to have me a cantaloupe to eat on, so I'm sorry.
So she brought 2 Greyhound buses of fruit flies with her. It's okay, Mama. It's okay. We'll all get through it.
We'll catch them sooner or later.
I'm a catching them. If they start messing with my coffee now.
Look at it good before you drink out of it. They might like coffee as good as you.
So this is the dressing. Now you can use this for a base dressing for anything. Now if you think, oh, I've seen him make coleslaw 100 times. Watch close today. You're going to see some different stuff. This is that cabbage. And boy, I tell you what, you can tell country cabbage or homegrown cabbage. When you get at the store, you can tell the difference. Look how solid. It even sounds solid. It ain't going to take a whole lot because it is so solid. I peeled these outer layers off once, but since it's been in the refrigerator, then I've had it in a Fridge Smart, and it's done really well. I know a lot of y'all don't like my little knife in it, and I'm going to agree with you on this one. It's not going to do as good a job as my big knife. I like to, anytime I put anything in the refrigerator, no matter what, I like to start out with what I call the fresh cut. And I just cut a sliver of whatever it is. If it's an onion, cabbage, whatever I've got going on, I just want the outer cut off from there, and I just want it to be a clean cut. Not that maybe anything's wrong with that other, and I'm probably being wasteful, but I do want to do that. I've got me a little garbage right down here where I can dispose of, because I know it's going to have a lot of waste today. I usually have a waste bucket up here or a bowl. Today I felt like I needed more, so I just got me a whole garbage can with a grocery bag liner in it. So that's that. So I'm going to take this cabbage and I'm just going to cut me off some wedges, just like this, all the way around. This way I'm not worried about that core. And am I going to get some of that in my coleslaw? Because I don't want the core. The core will make it bitter, and I don't want that. Let's get our handy dandy chopper out. Most of y'all know, since day one, I guess, we've used this chopper. This is the new one. This ain't the original one I had. The original one was clear. It was the older. It's gone now. They don't make it anymore. They've gone to this one. The only difference I can find is this little thing up in here is different. And on here, it still chops the same. I love the old one. If I can get to it, I'll use it. So, if you have either or, sometimes they bring the old one back and sell it a week or two if they find some, I guess, or have it in stock. So if you like them, I use this. But any big meal we prepare, usually this chopper comes out for a little viewing because it's so handy and it saves so much time. You just put this little collar on here. Can y'all see what I'm doing? I hate for you not to be able to. And then you just put your little the string housing on here. It makes coleslaw in seconds. I get a little pull happy. Give it a little shake. And I have perfect coleslaw. And I'm just going to put it right in here. Now, what's the difference between garden slaw and what this is? This is, what I usually fix, I usually just do carrots, cabbage, and the dressing. That's it. And I only make this garden slaw with the intention of probably not eating it the next day. I might eat it. Mama will not eat it tomorrow because some of the stuff I put it in it is going to get a little strong, and she won't like that. What do you, Mama?
Nope.
Nope.
Don't like the leftover onions and cucumbers.
She don't like it. She ain't fooling with it. Ain't fooling with that nonsense, are you, Mama?
No. I like it fresh on it.
She does like it fresh stuff. Are you ready to show them?
I'm going to put this second when I get the rest of my stuff together.
What did I do? Perfect for coleslaw. Because we're not gonna even try for leftovers, I'm not making a huge amount. This tastes totally different than regular old coleslaw.
Have you used all the cabbage you're going to use?
I think so.
I think so too.
Your
Baby wants that.
baby is talking. She hardly ever says a word until she wants something.
Where's she at?
She's in the sunroom.
Is she dreaming? No. Dreaming or barking?
That's what she did me that day I dropped that big pan. She ran in there and barked at me. She had no reason to stay in here and see what the crash was all about. All she knew is she didn't like it and she was going there to tell me about it. This was just 2 cucumbers that I had just peeled. Mama got them out of the garden. And I just peeled them. And I'm not going to make them as small as the coleslaw. I want them chunky. I want them chunky. So there's the cucumber going right in there with us. See where this is going, don't you? Garden slaw. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's going to be a lot.
You'll have to eat it tomorrow, Mama, even against your will.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I don't blame you, Mama. I will eat some of it tomorrow because it don't get too strong for me the next day. Now, that third day, I'll be culling it too and saying, nah. But now tomorrow, that'll be good with some crackers. And that may even be my whole lunch. It's just coleslaw and some saltines. That is a wonderful meal. The other day for lunch, I had cucumbers and saltines. And I had a slice of tomato. And it was tomato and saltines and cucumber and saltines. That was yesterday's lunch. So it was good. I will check out comments in just a few minutes. It's hard for me to see your comments and keep you all where the camera where you can see what I'm doing. And so that's the reason I can't always talk to y'all when I'm cooking. I see other people do it. But now I do know some of them can make their comments bigger. Mine they're flying. Y'all are flying on them. Thank you all for commenting. If you're having trouble getting our notifications, make a comment. It don't have to be the Gettysburg Address. It can simply be hi. And that will put us in your whatever the algorithm or whatever Facebook calls it, and you will be in line to receive our things. If you're just seeing us as we pop up, then you're probably not following us or getting notifications from us. People will say on here every day, where have y'all been? I haven't seen y'all in so long. And I'm like, we are here every day. Just about it. It may be late. And I may be eating supper at 9 o'clock like last night. But normally, we're on here every day. So if you're not catching us every day and you want to, then you probably aren't following us. Go to our page, Coffee Time with John and Momma. Make sure you're on the right page. It should be May the 7th of 20 or 1920. 2 years, over 2 years ago. And right now we've got over 100,000 followers. So if you get on the page, it's 2 weeks old. Very nice. These are sweet peppers. They come in a little bag. Mama has already put it up, haven't you, Mama?
Yes, I have.
But they're sweet. They're really sweet, and they're good in this coleslaw. And they are pretty. I'm going to show you how pretty they are. Mama is over here right now, and she is chomping at the bits.
I'm going to.
As they say.
Showing my...
Just a minute, Mama. Patience.
What is okra and tomatoes?
Just a second, and I will turn you right over there.
That pink looks pretty.
It is, ain't it, Mama? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all the pepper. Look how pretty that coleslaw is going to be. And it's not even got the orange cucumbers. Oh, mercy. Orange carrots. Watch Mama a while. Mama, show them this magic. This is delicious, folks.
This is not hardly a cup of meal right here, just cornmeal. What I've done is, you can see I've cut up the okra and tomatoes together, and that little pink one in there is all right. It'll make it taste good. And I've sprinkled a little salt to bring out the moisture so that this cornmeal, ooh, that fan's blowing up. And I'm going to get me this spoon might work. A tablespoon of cornstarch and mix in with that.
Remember what the cornstarch is good for is it keeps your cornmeal or whatever your batter is, it keeps it on there. It keeps it from falling off.
And that's all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to put it in my skillet with oil. Avocado oil is what I'm going to fry it in because it don't burn as bad.
It's got a 500-degree smoke point, and it cooks so well.
I've always used vegetable oil.
Mama, look over there. Look over there.
Ooh.
You must be at over 500 degrees.
No, I'm not. I just had it on for a little bit. Good thing you was watching, is all I can say.
Well, my sniffer smelled smoke.
You smell the smoke. You're getting hot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to turn it down. Took me longer to do this than I was in.
Oh, I reckon your pan was hot.
I'm going to turn on the the hood just a second.
Well, it's an emergency. If she turns on that hood, she can't stand that hood.
I can't stand it. So this is all I'm doing, and I'm going to put it in that skillet. As soon as it cools down just an ounce or so, just a little. And that's what it looks like.
So there's your before, and she's going to put it in that smoky skillet, which is quit smoking now.
Yeah, we're going to let it cool down a little while. We'll have to let the baby back in. She's so impatient today.
She's on demand today. The baby is on demand. I could tell when we come home from church, it was going to be one of those days with her. Because she met us at the door, and she was just in a mood. She was just in a mood. She barked a time or two, looked a time or two, didn't want you to be with her. So, she's just having a day. Y'all ever have those moody days? Maybe because we left her. We did stay gone longer. We was gone. That's what it was. She knows when we should be home. And we took long. This is going to be loud, but it's carrots. So hold on just 2 seconds. This is baby carrots and a little bit of shredded carrots I have left over. You don't have to pull it as much as I do. I just like them really fine. And I may have put too many in here. Do y'all remember the time I made carrot salad and Mama said, that's carrot salad, that ain't coleslaw.
I remember it.
I was fixing to do the same thing, so I'm going to save these for another time. I may throw those in some stir fry. Put them with some cabbage would be delicious. Stir fry them up, and that would be wonderful. Did you hear Mama say she remembered it?
We ate carrot slaw.
You can turn your vent off now, Mama. They can hear you. Whew, that vent is aggravating. I'm getting like Mama.
I can't stand it. Makes me think of work at roaring vent.
I will say this. I will never do the microwave over the stove again if the Lord ever blesses me with a different kitchen. Mama has a hard time getting in and out of it. I worry about her dumping hot food on her. It's fine for me. But I think a regular vent is better. And maybe an exterior vent would be even better than just having the recycle kind. I'd have to really look into it. But I don't think I'll ever do another microwave over the stove. So you people who are out there remodeling kitchens, don't do it. Okay, let's talk to y'all for a minute. I'm fixing to dice up some tomatoes to put in our slaw. Hey, from Potts Camp, Missouri, Wanda. How are you? Hey, Diane. Nola, oh yes, on the live video they made macaroni salad and macaroni tomato juice. Yes, we do macaroni. Yes, Nola. Nola knows what we've made. Mama makes her macaroni salad. We've made it several times. Miss Pam asked us to make some, and Miss Pam is our friend from Ontario. She's the one.
Miss Pam's from Oregon.
Oregon. Sorry, I knew that, but it didn't come out that way. Her and her husband Joe are the ones that got us the steaks and got us the hot plate and got Mama the rabbits. Y'all remember the rabbits?
Oh, I love the rabbits. I was thinking about them this morning.
Thinking about the rabbits or Pam and Joe?
Well, Pam and Joe and the rabbits. I thought, I love them rabbits. They're so good to decorate with.
You can decorate with them for fall, Mama. Fall rabbits.
Well, I guess I could.
Put a little wreath on their neck. I'm going to cut this tomato up. Going to quarter it up. Now this is going to be a juicy tomato. I have been craving ham and potato. Oh, ham and potatoes are good. We don't have ham and potatoes until we have ham. Ham and potatoes is our leftover meal once we have a good ham on the bone. Same with
Somebody got carrot happy?
maybe. It didn't go in the stuff, Mama.
I'm glad you held it out.
See how mean she is. Anyway, you could. We don't have what you said. Ham and potatoes until it's our leftover meal. I don't ever remember us just saying we're gonna have ham and potatoes today. Probably should because it's so good. Same with white beans. We hardly ever have white beans. One of the reasons is because Daddy hated them.
He loved pintos. But he didn't like the white ones.
And one time Mama fixed mixed, made him mad on fire, and I said, I love them. He said, well, she can fix them for you from now on. I don't want them. He ate some of them, but he just loved pintos. But see, here's the thing. He is one of these that eats his pinto beans. He would eat his on a plate because he never liked any juice. I love the juice.
Man, you're the juice eater.
He would drain the beans out and put them on a plate and just eat the beans. He didn't want the juice at all.
I have that. You're scaring me reaching around it.
And so he never did like the juice. So the beans was the most important thing to him. My thing was I liked the juice, the beans, and all, so I didn't taste them individually. But now he liked the pinto beans, and that's what we normally fixed. But we would always have white beans with ham, and he would eat them. For some reason, he didn't complain when they was with the ham. I guess it was just whatever he had his hat set for that day, and when he wanted pintos, he just wanted pintos. But if he knew ahead of time it was white beans and ham, he was okay with it. This is homegrown tomato, so it's juicy. And I'm going to put him right in here too.
Mom would always put tomatoes in her coleslaw in the summer.
Who did?
Mommy.
Oh, okay.
And she liked tomatoes, but she didn't put cucumbers and peppers in her coleslaw, though.
Well, she probably would have laughed me out of here.
Yeah.
She'd say, Lord, Tootsie,
What have you done?
how did you raise him like that?
She'd probably get on to me.
Well, you've messed that whole thing up, she'd say. Yes, this is too small of a bowl, but this is the one that she'll let me have.
You told me you wasn't going to make much, so I got a little small bowl.
That's all she'll let me have.
Oh, now that ain't hardly right.
Mama, you said don't make no more than this. Don't get carried away. Did you not?
Yeah. And what did you do?
I'm in it. I'm in the bowl, Mama. Look here.
2 big cucumbers. Oh. 5 and a half a carrot.
No. I didn't really think I was putting that many in there, Mama. It just, when I chopped them so fine, they just grew. There's easier ways to do this. For one thing, get you a bigger bowl, people. But this is going to work. It just take me a minute, but I ain't got no train to catch.
What have you got onion for?
Oh, I was going to put that in there too, Mama.
You going to put onion in there?
I hadn't put no onion. Did you take my stuff? You took everything I own. Mama, I'll chop it up. Can I get a cutting
I'll
board?
give you the
No,
thing.
I'd rather chop it. I don't want that juice. You'll have me my cutting board back, ma'am.
Yeah, I just washed it.
It's like working with Speedy Gonzales.
I just-
She will take stuff right out of my hand. She took a knife out of my hand the other day while I was using it, and I don't know how she didn't.
No, I didn't. I don't think
On
I
Apple
did.
Day, when we did apples.
Oh, I might have done that.
Yes, ma'am. You are guilty of that one, Mama.
I think so. I think you're exaggerating.
Me exaggerate? Never.
Oh, I know somebody cut up way too much okra and tomatoes.
I don't think you can cut up too much okra and tomatoes, Mama.
Well, I have. I've got a big skillet here.
Are we having okra salad?
Okra salad.
That's what you said about the onions. I mean, the carrots.
I'm not putting my okra in nothing like you did those into.
I didn't do it today, Mama. I couldn't take it again.
And the
You-
coleslaw made carrot coleslaw.
You embarrassed me in front of my friends.
Oh, sure.
I'm just going to chop this onion up. This is a purple onion. And I'm just chopping him up just good enough for a little flavor and a little goodie in there.
Now, wasn't you nice to have that clean place to work with?
Yes, and Mama, this cutting board is beautiful after you cleaned it.
Oh, yeah, it didn't have tomatoes.
Something's burning, Mama.
I don't know what it is. It ain't me this time.
It ain't you. It ain't me. I ain't cooking.
Oh, there's a little speck got on the stove.
Oh, it is her. She flopped it out on the stove. Y'all flop stuff out on your stove? That's what Mama
I
says.
told you it's too much in a skillet.
Mama says, you flop that everywhere. You flop that all over the place, Johnny. Is that enough onion for you, Mama? I know how you are.
Sure. It's plenty enough.
I know how you are, wanting plenty of onion and stuff.
Yeah. You want your little bite of that?
No, I'm just going to throw this because it's getting to that dried out spot. The one reason I didn't use them little pieces.
Put it in here and we'll throw it in the garbage.
put in that Ziploc bag, we'll zip it up and throw it away. And that way it does not smell the whole house up or the whole garbage can. Now let's stir this some more, folks. So now I've got my purple onions in there. Mama, you made that so much prettier. I'm so glad you've seen them onions. And I'm just stirring them up from the bottom, which that's where that dressing was. Y'all see me make it. Now, even after I make my dressing, I like to save just a little dollop, and I'm going to show you the difference. I don't know why, but you see how it looks now. And I put just a little dollop on there like that. And then when I start stirring it, it makes it creamy. You see a difference? Can y'all see that? You can see right there in the middle where that creamy is. Just that little bit brings that creaminess to it, but it don't make it too wet. This is my version of garden slaw, which means basically I ran it through the garden. I dug the cucumbers, tomatoes, onion, purple onion, carrots, coleslaw or cabbage, and I made it just in this right bowl that I was issued, and I didn't go over and I didn't get crazy with it. Now folks, there it is. Downtown, that's as good as downtown. That is country, garden slaw. I make cowboy slaw. This is a different version. The cowboy slaw's got, I kind of made that recipe up, and I've got black beans in it and corn, and it has some Roma noodles on top for crunch, just dry, not cooked, and it's delicious. I make it for church dinners a lot of time because they do like it. It's always a hit, and people always seem to be glad to see it come in the door. When you cook with a group, everybody knows what you make and what everybody else makes, and they know when you're bringing it and all that good stuff.
You'll smell that again.
I sure say, I'm smelling you burning something up again, Mama, but it was just another flop because that okra looks absolutely delicious, golden brown. Mama, you want to show them your okra over there? Can you turn the light on? Mama's cooking in the dark.
Bring it to the camera.
Oh, you ain't gonna set it down.
I'm just going to hold it.
She's just gonna hold it.
I'll bring this.
I sure said, let's set it down, Mama. So there is the beautiful okra. Now look at that cornmeal. It all stayed on there. She's not overcooked it. She's just turning it gently. You just want to go under it and roll it. You don't want to stir it. It's easier to bring it to y'all than it is to move around. And we don't want to make nobody sick. I've had several people say, John, you're moving around. You're making me sick. And that worries me. I don't want to make nobody sick. I don't want people to have to have what is those little patches behind your ears? Seasick patches. Motion sick patches. We're having good old-fashioned pot roast, and we put that on before church, and we did turn it off. We didn't leave it in the easy bake. We don't leave that on. Wasn't in a crock pot. And we put, Mama seared it on all sides in a cast iron skillet, and then she put it in the oven, and she poured about 2 cups of coffee, just brewed coffee that I had this morning.
I put salt and pepper and a little steak season, and cut up an onion.
Over here, Mama, this is where they are.
Oh.
I know you think they're over there.
They're everywhere. I said I'd put salt and pepper and a little steak season, and then I cut up an onion and put around it. I don't know why, but I always put an onion in my roast when I'm fixing it.
Flavor, Mama.
And let it cook in there and flavor it all up.
Did you put anything else on it? Salt, pepper.
And little steak season.
Little steak season. And what kind of steak season? Just
whatever that little
Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
And put a cup or 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
2 of these cups.
And then cut up my onion and let it cook.
Cut up an onion and done with it. Bam. Quick and easy. Mama, I've got a tomato here. Do you want me to cut him up for just to have a fresh tomato with those mashed potatoes?
Yeah, that would be great.
I knew that's what you like, but I want y'all to look here. I don't have a knife one. Y'all knew I had a big one. I had an orange one. I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing to work with here. Whichever one you want me to have, Mama. I ain't picky. All that mess she's cleaned up right before my eyes, and I don't even know how she did it. I just look up and stuff's gone. What kind of plate you want? To just give me a saucer and I'll just. You want cucumber or anything too?
No,
Saucer will be fine, Mama. It ain't a big tomato.
Here you go, sir.
Well, thank you, man. I'm going to cut the bad spots out of it, so when I start cutting, it'll just be ready to go.
I've got to check the roast beef and see if it is.
You gonna bring it over here and check it? Let me get it.
I'll get it out.
You sure, Mom?
Yeah.
Is it heavy?
No, I said it in about that. Don't want to touch your arm.
No, you've done branded me for life with apple butter.
Oh, I didn't do that. You did that with that whipping thing.
I can't remember exactly who it was, Mama, but one of us did it.
I can remember clearly. I'm getting old and senile, but watch it, the steam will come up on you.
Show 'em, Mama. Woo-wee. Now, Mama, I'm going to go out on a limb here. But this don't appear to have shrunk like those others have been.
Well, it didn't hurt. Well, it was bigger than it.
Put your pot holder on that. It don't appear to have shrunk like the last two that we've had.
It wasn't that far when we came in from church, so.
202.
Well, it's good. I can turn the oven on.
201.
That's good.
I went right down in the center. Oh, 209.
You think it's hot enough?
208, 207, 200.
It's dropping, so.
Well, that don't mean nothing if it drops, does it?
No, but you don't want it drop past the.
No, it didn't get down to 200. It's 207 right there in that spot. Check it in several spots. 201.
I didn't fix no green beans, but we don't need them with the okra.
Oh, you fixed okra. Remember, don't close your thermometer till it's been thoroughly washed and sanitized. Because this is the kind that you bend down, and then it's got a magnet on it, and you can put on something metal. We leave it there on the side of the refrigerator, so it won't get in a drawer and get all bumped and beat. But we never close it until it's cleaned. That way you don't ever put a dirty one up and it not do good. Now all this wonderful au jus in here, which au jus is just a fancy word for drippings. All this wonderful au jus that's in here, we will make. Mama will put a little cornstarch in a cold water, and she'll thicken this up, and she'll make a little bit of gravy to go over it. And that's all you use, is that right there. That wonderful flavor. And it is delicious. Isn't it, Mama?
Yeah, all the onion flavor and stuff.
And a little bit of the coffee, but it don't taste like coffee. It just tastes like wonderful flavoring in there. You want me to take this meat out and put it on a platter, Mama?
I'm getting a platter right.
I can go get a platter in yonder if you want me to. Oh, you're just going to use the big red plate.
This will work.
The big red plate. We use that for a lot of meats. Don't know why.
Well, it's got that ridge on it.
It's deep. See, it's a deep. It is a whatever that is. Sango.
And it will hold the juice good.
Sango Sunset 50/50 dishwasher microwave safe.
Here you go.
We got one of them. I probably got that at a sale. When you're doing your meat, taking it out, the dangerous part is it flopping back in that hot juice and absolutely burning you. So you want to take your fork, I go in the top like that, and then I turn it up like that, and now I've got a good grip on it. So it's not flopping back in that water, that drippings. Let it rest a few minutes, let all the moisture come back to it, and then I'm going to slice it up, and I'm going to slice it on the against the grain. Now the grain of this one is going this way, so I'm going to slice it against the grain. If not, it just shreds it off, which sometimes that's what you want, is shredded. But in this situation, you want sliced. All right, Mama. You want you mean to try to slice him up a little bit?
You want the big knife back?
If you want me to have it, Mama, whatever you want.
It's clean.
So I've dirtied both of them like that now.
Well, I'll rewash them. A knife ain't bad to rewash.
Nah, that ain't nothing, Mama. So I'm just going to slice him right down the middle here. This is going to do two things. It's going to make, I'm going to portion it off here. And I'm also checking it. See if it really is done. We tempt it, but I want to look in there. I want to see what's going on. Oh, it's perfect. Perfect. So I'm probably not going to cut that piece. That way I can start here. And I can cut us some nice big pieces from the center portion. Just like this. I'm just carving him down. And then you have this beautiful piece of roast beef. See? And Mama's going to make some gravy out of those drippings. And we're ready to eat. Now that wasn't bad, even though we started an hour later, because we stayed at church a little while longer. But this is a good Sunday lunch and not long to getting here. Is it, Mama? Beautiful, beautiful meat, Mama. It's cutting wonderfully. You're glad you did it, ain't you? You know, last night, she didn't know what she was going to fix. And this morning, as the old saying goes, she must have slept on it. Because this morning, she had the whole menu. You know what we're having? No, ma'am. I'm going to do roast, mashed potatoes, green beans.
I didn't fix the green beans.
She didn't come up with no green beans. But she didn't mention okra this morning either, so...
I switched from green beans to okra.
That's your prerogative, Mama. You can switch, change, rearrange.
And I didn't make any bread because
We don't need it.
the okra.
Look at that beautiful roast. This was frozen. We got these on sale in May. Wasn't it May? You got two of them? Or that was very reasonable. Like y'all know, we hardly ever buy meat unless it is on sale. And somebody posted the other day, and I had to laugh a little bit. They said that they couldn't afford to cook with us because we used too fancy stuff. And I was like, we cut every corner. Time we get through, it's a circle. We've cut some in corners. And thank you, ma'am. And we use store brand seasoning. We try to get buying as cheap on stuff as we can because stuff is just too high. And we're all in the same boat on this, folks. When you go to the grocery store and you got gas and you got, it is expensive. It's more expensive now to live than it was a month ago, and definitely a year ago. So you have to watch every corner. You have to cut every corner you can, just to, make it meet and make these meals last more than one meal. It's okay to spend $30 on a meal if you can get 2 or 3 meals out of it and you break it down. Two $15 meals is not too bad. And we always have leftovers, and we always get a couple of meals. Now, the salad I had last night was day 2 of Friday's supper, wasn't it? Wasn't it Friday? Thursday? I don't know. You always hear. But, and I always try to get a lunch out of it. So I try to get 2 meals and a lunch. Because if you work out anywhere, and I mean out at home, not work out. I'm talking about if you work out and you depend on going out to eat, you all do that. No, it's anymore. Even a fast food drive-through, you're looking at $10 or $12. Mama don't eat it anyway, but you're looking at $10 or $12 just for your basic sandwich and a drink, and maybe a side of some kind. So cut those corners, and it's not that expensive, but I certainly wouldn't consider what we have as fancy, or we don't ever try to impress or do any of that kind of stuff, because that's just not what we do. But I thought, are you watching the right channel? Have you seen me and Mama cook? Because
it has to be a special occasion if I purchase meat and it not on sale or special.
I don't remember us eating meat that wasn't on special. Miss Pam and Joe sent us those steaks, and they weren't on special. Thank you, Miss Pam and Joe. But not that we're asking for. It's not that. It's just common sense to cut every corner you can. And that meat that's on sale is good meat. And buy it up, plan it, freeze it. That's what it's all about. It's just making a plan and having it. Chicken the other day was $5 for one breast.
Yeah.
See, folks, that's unusual.
And I didn't buy it.
We didn't buy
I
that.
changed the menu from some kind of chicken to...
You may never see another piece of chicken here if it don't come down. Oh, mercy. I like chicken.
Chicken's my favorite.
Mama's favorite. But $5 for one breast is a lot of money. That's too much, in my humble opinion. Mama, I'm going to lay this right here. Will that be okay?
I'll put it in the water.
Yes, ma'am. She says, no, it's not okay. That's what she was saying. All right, Mama. It looks like our bountiful spread is here. We have cut out breads. You notice we've not made cornbread in a coon's age. We've not made biscuits much. Mama dropped the set out of her ring, though.
I couldn't make that much noise again if I tried.
I know, Mama. That must be a mighty big ring you have.
It ain't the ring so big, it's the set that's in it that counts.
Oh, mercy. Y'all say that if you drop something, you must have dropped the set out of your ring. That's an old thing my granny used to say it all the time. Granny would say, she'd make a big noise in the kitchen, throw up a iron skillet or whatever. She'd say, whoops, lost the set out of my ring. Which meant, I'm okay, don't run in here. I didn't break nothing or nobody. Yours are good. So we would know. My granny was full of those sayings.
She has a corker, I know that.
And her ideal of supper was, this is what I made for supper. You can eat it or leave it. That was Granny's way of saying, I hope you enjoy your supper tonight, dear. You can eat it or leave it. Ain't that, Mama?
Yeah, this is what we're having.
Here's what we're having. If you don't want it, you don't have to eat it. She didn't play around, did she, Mama?
No.
Everybody says I'm just like her.
Yeah.
That didn't take her long. Your turn just like your granny. I did have a woman tell me one time, she said, even if I didn't know better, I'd swear you was related to her. I said, well, I'm very much related to her. She was a character, as they say.
She said it no matter what.
She didn't really worry about stuff. She didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but she still just sort of done her thing. She was a godly woman, and she tells a story. She used to tell a story. Her and Papa, it was during the Depression, and they hadn't been married long. They were trying to get their bills together, and she couldn't make it. Just didn't have enough for that month. And she said she really thought it was Sunday. She was so worried and tore up. She thought, I'm not going to church. If I go, I want to enjoy it, and I'm just not going to go. I'll probably dampen the spirit for everybody else. My papa was a deacon at the church, and he said, well, I'm going to go on. And she said, well, I'll go with you, but I'm just, So she got her coat. They walked to church. And as I was walking down the road, Papa said, now, look, the Lord said he'd take care of us. He would provide. And he said, and he will provide. And you need to just have a little bit more faith. She said, I know all that, Caleb, but it's just so hard, and I don't see any way that we're going to get through it. And she said they walked on a little bit longer, and said she put her hand in her pocket to get a Kleenex, and said she thought, what is that? She found a $20 bill that she had stuck in there from the year before when she wore a coat. She said it just started getting coat weather. So she said there was a $20 bill, and she said, and that got us through. And she said, I decided right then, if I hadn't went to church, I wouldn't have found the $20 bill. If I hadn't have, had the faith, it wouldn't have been there. And she said, I don't know why I put it in there before, but the Lord wanted me to. She said it was in there for a reason. So I love that story because, when you're right up against it and it's down to the wire, and the Lord provides you with $20. Now we're talking about $20 in the 30s.
That was a lot of money.
And she said that's all they really needed. Mom, I'll take a little bit more of that. I've got.
Oh, you got a glass?
Yeah, this is my. Looking for your flies.
That wasn't flies, it's nails.
Well, I call them fruit flies. Nasty little boogers flying everywhere.
There you go.
Oh, that's a big old glass of sweet tea.
You want some ice in yours?
Nope, I'm just gonna do straight up. This is a Tupperware tumbler, and it holds my sweet tea really good. It has a lid and a straw, but
Can you hand us a napkin?
I sure can, Mama.
You're gonna show them the whole bounty.
Yes, I will, and I'm gonna
Enough
fill.
for us to eat.
We've got enough here for about 2 or 3 meals. And trust me, it'll go to good use.
Well, the mashed potatoes, I didn't fix a whole
We
lot.
didn't fix a lot of them because we don't like them left over. Do y'all like leftover mashed potatoes? Hey, John and Momma from North Carolina. Lunch sounds delicious. Krista, it will be. Thank you for being here. Hey, Becky, how are you? Dear Vicky. My goodness, so many complaints. Somebody complaining, Vicky. Who's complaining? Vicky says, Testy, my goodness, so many complaints. Just wait and he will show it. I'm going to show it, folks. Don't get upset. Don't let coffee time ever stress y'all.
No, don't.
That ain't what it's about. If we're stressing, you just turn us off.
Life and
And come back later, because if we're that stressful, don't do it. I don't want to stress nobody out. All right, I'm going to show it all of you, but I'm going to get Mama some meat here. Mama, I know
that little piece will be fine.
Oh, Mama, that ain't good. Let me cut you this piece.
Oh, that's all right. Oh, this might as well give me the big piece.
All right, here we go, folks. So there's the meat. There's the wonderful okra. That's how it looks browned. You notice you had to do that real slow and low. This is the mashed potatoes and the gravy.
Just off of the meat is all
Off the
it
meat,
is.
off the drippings. Here's the garden slaw. See how creamy it turned? There's that homegrown tomato. And here's our plates, and we're going to eat. Yeah, we get people a little get sideways on issues and stuff on here. Like, you didn't show this, you didn't show that, or you didn't tell us that. I really try to remember all those things. But sometimes it's hard when you don't have someone doing the camera. You're just doing it and just trying to get everything in. It's never intentional. We don't mean to stress y'all out. So apologies all around if somebody was upset. I hate them flies, Cheryl. I just don't like them either. I wish they'd missed the arc. Don't you? I mean,
potatoes.
Yes, ma'am. And the meat. I wish those 2 flies had missed the ark that day. I wish they'd running late. I know God, He brings us what we need, and I'm sure they have some purpose or they wouldn't be here. But they aggravate me to death. Here's another thing about them. I think they're almost magical. Have you ever smacked at one? It just disappears. It doesn't fly off and you say, oh, I missed that. It just vanishes. And you don't see it. And then it comes right back. And it'll buzz. And it's like I don't know. It's like a mirror trick. But they know what to do. Mama says they got magic in their souls. I don't think so. I think they're just little tormenting boogers is what they are. Yes, ma'am.
And I'll be ready to eat.
Mama, I didn't put any salt or pepper because you can do that on your plate. And I didn't want it to be...
Oh, you want a bowl for your coleslaw?
No, ma'am. I'm just going to rough it just like I'm camping or something.
Oh, wow.
Just put it right here on my plate with the rest of my food. Take a chance on it. Just running everywhere. Let's bless it, Mama. These people need to... Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this wonderful bounty. We thank you for these precious hands that prepared it, Lord. And we just thank you for always being with us and watching over us and protecting us. Lord, we pray for you to lead, guide, and direct us. Be with each and every prayer request that's out there. Those spoken and unspoken, dear Lord. We pray for the healing. We pray for the needs. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
And here it is, folks. This is like downtown. Better than downtown. This is Mama's pot roast. Mashed potatoes with homemade gravy. Look at this beautiful golden okra. Right there. Look at this wonderful bright red homegrown tomato. Not grown in this home, but grown a few miles from here. And there's that coleslaw. So that's the meal. Mama, give us a verdict.
Everything's good.
I'm going to try this wild coleslaw today.
Cucumbers.
Huh?
I can taste the cucumbers in it.
Well, Mama, what's the point in putting it in there if you ain't going to be able to taste it? Are you trying to say it's too much cucumber?
No.
Like it was too much carrot? Is that what you're trying to say, Mama?
No, it's pretty.
It's what?
It's pretty today. It ain't pure orange.
She'll never get over that. Years will go by. And she'll say, do you remember that time you made that coleslaw and it was pure orange? And you made it completely carrots?
It was carrot slaw.
Mama, that may be a real thing. Put you some salt and pepper on it. Look at that beautiful tomato. Now, this is not my usual slaw, like I've told y'all. And it don't hold well. It does not. It ain't something you can make tonight and have tomorrow. I suggest you serve this fresh. You can tolerate it tomorrow. It will have a little oniony flavor, cucumbery flavor, a little stronger. And then after tomorrow, you'll probably just need to throw it out and get it out of your way.
This is when I miss my cornbread is with this coleslaw.
Oh, yeah. Cornbread with this is our usual. Big old stick of cornbread with, and we always have onion. Raw onion with the gravy and the mashed potatoes and the cornbread. But we're laying off the breads. We're trying.
It's hard times, but
It's hard to lay off the bread. But there's a lot in the breads that we don't need.
with the potatoes
With the
and
potatoes.
the cornmeal on the okra, I didn't think we needed.
We didn't. And we're fine without it. We're trying to eat a little healthier. No, we're not going to diet. You will be able to find grease and bacon drippings here all the time. As long as the Lord lets us. But you can drink a little bit more water. Eat a little bit more healthier. Cut out some breads.
And we've cut out a whole lot of breads.
Mm-hmm. And Mama's doctor sure is happy with us.
Was the last time. I don't know about this time.
Last time, she gave me a good talking to. Treated me awful, really, I thought.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. Hand me a knife, please.
She said, John, leave Mama alone. Let her do what she wants to. If she wants to run roadtail her, let her run it.
I won't know. She said, let me live.
She said, let her live, John. I said, yes, ma'am. And I do. I'm so thankful the Lord has given Mama good health, and she does well, and she can do what she wants to. She has trouble with her sugar, but she's having less trouble with it. Mama's sugar is strange, but if you have sugar, diabetes, you know it's strange for everybody. She can eat the perfect things all day long, and her sugar will bottom out that night. She can eat a little bad, and it does better. Then sometimes if she eats just the least little thing wrong, then we have problems, don't we, Mama?
Yeah, you never know what it's going to do.
You never know. And Mama's loves to affect her at night, like in the middle of the night. That's the night she fell over the heater backwards.
That was a long time ago.
It was 2 years ago, Mama.
Mm-hmm. That's a long time.
Ooh, that meat is tender and delicious.
Mm-hmm. That's the way I made it.
That's the way you made it.
That's the way the oven does.
That's salt, pepper, browned on all sides, and a cup of coffee, 2 cups of coffee.
I put a little steak season on it.
Or a little steak season. The mashed potatoes are good. I love mashed potatoes with red tomatoes with them. Makes a good bite. Folks, we're going to go and let you all go. We're going to say, have a blessed Sunday. We may be back later on if we do something. There's a chance we won't do much. But if we do something, we will be back. I'm going to take Princess Maggie out in a minute, let her lay on the grass, and try to intimidate the neighbors and people driving by. And that's what she likes to do. And I'm going to sit out there, and I'm going to drink a cup of coffee, and I'm just going to look at the beautiful nature.
What was it you said about the little boy in heaven?
Look at the okra, folks. What was I said about a little boy in heaven? What's that?
When he asked his mommy about the sky.
Oh, at church this morning?
Mm-hmm.
One of the ladies in church this morning was saying that she had admired the beautiful blue sky and the clouds, and she thought how beautiful that is, and that's my home some days. Heaven is my home. And she was just testifying what a wonderful, how wonderful it was. And it reminded me of a little thing I heard one time. This little boy asked his mama, said, Mama, what's up in the sky? And she said, well, there's clouds and there's birds in the sky and the clouds. She said, in heaven. That's heaven. She said, when we die, we'll go up to heaven. And he said, wow, Mama, can you imagine how pretty it is on top if it's that pretty on bottom? And it's a good little way to look at things, you know. But, yeah, can you imagine how pretty it is on top if it's that pretty on bottom?
If you just think of it that way, that's the way it is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The sky's beautiful.
That okra tastes wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't you glad I switched from green beans to okra?
Yeah, Mom, we've had a few green beans, but we ain't had no okra.
Not fresh from the garden.
No, ma'am. Folks, we're going to say goodbye. We're going to say thank you for being here. Mm-hmm. You'll have a blessed Sunday. Find you something good to eat. Make you some memories with your friends and your family. And enjoy life. If we don't see you again today, we hope to see you tomorrow, Lord willing. Say goodbye, Mama.
Goodbye, Mama, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.